Good evening. This is John Young with DJNTV with Bill Hermann and Jason Jones.
He looks good, doesn't he?
We're here. We're excited. Bringing to you the Thursday night episode of DJs Talking About Important Things.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get the notes on this.
Oh.
I don't know that I can. Oh, God.
The puppet. Wow, let's go 30 seconds into the show and we have to resort to the puppet already. Quick.
What do you mean?
Kittens and children pictures next.
Well, this is not kid stuff. No, this is serious. This is puppet me.
That is puppet. Oh, boy. Yeah. So tonight, we have got important things to talk about. What those are, we're really not sure yet. One of the things we're going to talk about a little bit is...
how to do a much better backdrop when you're going to be on television.
Yeah, well,
At least mine has some character.
It does. You know, Jason's just got the blue thing going. Mine's based on cement.
I can see that.
That one time I had one too many Pepsis and I hit the floor and it's like, woo, I have inspiration. This could be a backdrop.
So you've got the stained cement thing going on there.
Exactly, right behind me. So really I'm laying down. So if I do fall asleep and snore, well, sorry.
And I brought an artist in to create the tarp that's behind me to make it look like I'm a very busy man.
It does. And I see the football in the back, which would signify that you're a very athletic and sports-minded person.
Thank you.
You listen to Glory Days a lot.
Thank you.
Well,
it's a good song.
But he's also from the Detroit. He's a Detroit fan, so that means that
Lions,
that
Go
football,
Lions, baby.
That football hasn't crossed the goal line in a long time.
And he's a bastion of generating hope.
Exactly. The one thing that a Lions fan has more than any other football team is hope. Thank you, Jason.
There's hope. No, it doesn't.
And judging by how the show goes, John, you may have a risk of falling asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we have the puppet.
Yeah, the puppet is back again.
Yeah, the puppet will enter if things are getting boring. Like right about...
No.
So anyway,
John,
we're talking about music
today.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about music. We want to make music kind of a focus of our Thursday night shows. We're going to be interviewing some different people within the industry, and most of them won't have puppets, but we want to be sharing and talking music. Getting the top 10. And both Jason, both you and Bill, of course, have come from the radio industry.
Yes.
And I guess one of the things is as you've.
I came from there too. Yeah, you're in. You're good.
Oh, dear Lord.
It talks.
What are we talking about, the puppet?
So Bill, you were at Cool 108, which, when you were there, now, was it doing oldies at that time, or was that...
Yeah, Cool 108's been an oldies station since Cool 108 came on the air. And now, I mean, depending on how old you are, it depends on whether or not you still think they're playing oldies. which I am going to disagree with, because they're playing music now that I went to school with, which cannot be oldies. It can't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The only thing worse than that is playing in a bar and having someone come up and say, "Hey, do you have any REO Speedwagon?" And I'm like, "You like REO Speedwagon?" They're like, "Yeah, I love the oldies." That I won't say that was played at my high school dance.
Yeah.
As a brand new release.
Right.
Oh, like you went to high school dances. Come on, nobody ever asked you to a high school dance.
Someone had to stand in the corner. Come on now.
Who said someone asked me to a high school dance?
You said you had a high school dance and you remember the songs that were played.
I DJ'd the high school dances.
Oh,
that's what you do when you can't never get invited.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's another story.
I didn't go. I didn't DJ.
For another time.
Look at my big speakers.
We're actually going to focus on kind of like trying to determine what's hot on the dance floor. Sometimes there's a top 40 song that's really, really huge. Like even for slow dancing, I'm thinking of like Alleluia. Remember that song that was really big? Right. It doesn't work.
Not at a dance. No.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. It's like it drains the floor and all the energy in the room. And no one wants to get romantic to it. But I think it's a really moving song.
Well, but you could also play the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and that's going to do a lot to a dance floor as well.
That's going to move you.
Yeah, that's
right out of the building.
That's a sad song.
Look for a bottle of scotch and a razor blade.
So the first list we're compiling is the list of floor-killing songs. Songs guaranteed to kill your dance floor. So far we have the record of the Evan Fitzgerald. We have Alleluia by You Pick the Artist.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Even though I love that song, it's just it'll never help you.
Right.
Precisely.
It never does anything on the floor.
And I know because nobody can kill a dance floor quicker than me.
It's been tried and tested and approved.
So you're the guy who plays Led Zeppelin at all events.
Yeah, Stairway to Heaven will kill a dance floor.
I played Stairway to Heaven for a father-daughter dance once.
Wow.
As far as a wedding father-daughter, or as
for dad's dance with his daughter during her wedding.
Yeah, wow.
That's right up there with way back when brides used to request The Sign by Ace of Base to do their first dance to.
Right.
And I'd say, you know what that song's about, don't you? I don't care, I love it. So here's the breakup song for the bride and groom for the first dance. Don't listen too closely to the lyrics, folks. Grandma and Grandpa, don't worry, you won't understand what they're saying anyway.
Right, exactly.
It'll be quick and easy.
That's what I hate about Psy and Gangnam Style. I don't understand the words.
Yeah, exactly. You could be talking about really good things or not so much.
He talks about sexy ladies, and that's always good.
At least he's not talking about puppets. You know what I'm saying?
A part I get.
Oh, that was one funny moment.
We were going to, Bill, didn't you bring a list of relevant information, like what's hot on the top 10 on radio right now?
On radio? Well, I don't know if it's on radio.
Yeah, let's go through that list a little bit.
Yeah, what list do you have?
Well, I found a list on top tens. Oh, excuse me, thetop10s.com, and it's the best songs to get you on the dance floor, as opposed to. I mean, apparently they're talking to me.
Yeah,
because they said you.
So these are the top 10 songs to get Bill on the dance floor.
Right.
And have any of these been tested?
I apparently this is the top10s.com. It's not top10s.com. It's the top10s.com.
Well, but we would have to test these on you. So have any of these been tested?
Not all of them. Number 10 is from a band. I've played some of them on the dance floor, but not many. I mean, I don't think it's the best list in the world, but it is the top10s.com, which just tells me either this is it or I just need to find a better place to find my list.
Well, if they have the domain, it must be definitive and true.
Exactly, because you don't lie on the internet. Hello.
These are the new standards.
So number 10 is a band called Menowin, Menowin. I'm sure you have Menowin's greatest hits in your library, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Number 10, the song is called If You Stayed. And right behind it, number 9, it's Raining Men.
Really?
Yes, but not the...
That's not a top 10.
Not the old version. It's Jerry Halliwell.
Oh, this is a new version of It's Raining Men.
Apparently, Jerry Halliwell,
the former Spice Girl.
Yes, from Spice Girls. It's Raining Men.
That?
Hallelujah. Number 4, Sean Paul. And, I'm sorry, number 8. I didn't know there was going to be a math. Number 8, Sean Paul and Temperature.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I've played that a time or two.
Yeah. No opinion there?
Now, when you said Alleluia on the last one, was that your kind of sneaky way of saying that song was going to bomb on the floor?
Yeah, well, you're the one who brought up Alleluia, and I went, no, Alleluia not going to win.
No, but you said Alleluia after you said the name of the song. You said, this is Jerry, and she's singing, what was the name of the song?
No, that's how it goes. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
They say hallelujah in that song?
Hallelujah, yeah.
Hallelujah.
Not hallelujah. It's not like the church.
Yeah.
Not hallelujah.
Church has an A.
No,
she has an H. She has an H.
Hallelujah.
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 Or hallelujah.
I have a better mic, too, and you're not even paying attention.
Hallelujah. Can we talk to the puppet? He may not argue as much.
Okay, number 8 is Temperature by Sean Paul. Number 7, Shakira with Objection.
Now, are these to fill a dance floor?
Yes. This is the best songs to get you on the dance floor.
So this is what makes them scream and makes them run out there.
Apparently. Number 6, Spotlight by Madonna. Wasn't the one I would have picked from Madonna, but okay.
No, not so much.
Okay. Also in this top 10 at number 5 is Menowin again. This one, Round and Round.
Is this list made by Menowin? Does he own this domain?
I'm thinking maybe.
Could
Plus,
be.
I haven't heard this version, so I don't know if it's the old Round and Round record, like a record, but it might be. or it's just his own version of Round and Round. I don't even know. But that's number 5. Number 4 is by Ruslana, Ruslana, from a song that was in the Grand Theft Auto 4 called Wild Dances.
Well, I guess that
you guys have been playing Grand Theft Auto for a while, right?
Yeah.
At every show.
There you go.
How do you think I passed
instead
the time?
of DJing,
Well,
it's a video game.
he plays Hallelujah, and then he clears the floor.
Well, as long as 7 minutes.
Knocks over grandma and takes her purse, and boom, he's in the show. Number 3, Let's Get Loud by Jennifer Lopez.
That one I actually know.
Song. I haven't filled a dance floor with it.
I don't use it on a dance floor. I actually use that one for introductions when I'm doing the wedding party at times.
Yeah, I've used that as well.
Yeah.
And I love that song. I just never have gotten a dance floor to fill up with it.
I've never had good luck with J-Lo's, any of her music on a dance floor. And I don't know
had good luck with J-Lo, period. And I call her all the time.
Well, if you'd have a puppet.
It's the way you use your voice.
It is the way you use the puppet. Number 2, Madonna. See if you can guess which Madonna song they've chosen to make it the number 2 song for getting people on the dance floor. It's not
He's
Vogue.
saying,
It's not Vogue.
Express Yourself.
No, it's not Express Yourself.
Borderline, Holiday.
No, none of those.
Gosh, I Like a Virgin.
No.
Hello.
Not that either.
What are the Beautiful Stranger?
I wish. It's Hung Up by Madonna.
Hung Up.
I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe we're too old to be doing this list.
Well, I think what we need now is you, the viewer, to go ahead and post on our Facebook page on what you think of these songs. Do they fill your dance floor? Do they not fill your dance floor? Do you like this list? Do you hate this list?
Do you know any of them?
Have you
Do you
heard of
care
this?
about us? Do you
Are
think
you
we're
still
good looking?
watching? So,
And number
Go ahead.
1,
Give
the
us some
number
feedback.
1 song, the number 1 best song to fill the dance floor, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
Okay, now that one I can see.
I totally
I
can see that
too.
one.
I can see
I'm
that one.
surprised that that Casper never made the list. Yo Cupid.
I'm a little happy that he didn't. I don't know if I'm surprised. I'm just happy that he didn't. So sick of that song, I could
Or
stab
the
something
Electric
in my
Boogie.
eye.
Electric Boogie.
It's electric. No,
Or you need
I
to
wouldn't
like
that
dancing.
one either.
The big question I have is it safe to play Macarena yet? I have got mixed reviews. Some people say yes, others say no.
See,
No,
that,
it isn't. It isn't
Yeah.
safe because people in America still have guns. and as long as there's no gun laws in America, you can't play the Macarena or you will die.
Is that how that goes?
Actually, on a serious note with the Macarena, I've had more people who've come up when it's been played, requested by the wedding couple. I've had more in the last probably 2 years coming up, and they're just offended about this really racy, sexist song. And oh my gosh, and it was like, really? Didn't you just request that Robin Thicke song a few minutes ago?
Are you doing dances in the same town that they did in Footloose, the movie?
Right.
Well, yes, that is. I like to do the ones where everyone stands around and they have their hands to their side and don't move.
Kevin Bacon
need to
shows
follow
up
that
and
up
really
with a
gets that
wobble.
party started.
Exactly. Yeah, the wobble.
The wobble will get him going every time.
Wobble.
I like the wobble. Hey!
I like the wobble too, but I mean, we just described the Footloose dance in the barn in the church community, and the first song Jason comes up with DJing that party is the wobble.
Oh, I'm sorry. That must have been when my headphones cut out. I didn't know that we were doing.
Yeah, we were doing a Footloose reference.
Top 10 for church parties.
No, we're just in a reference somewhere else. That's all.
Footloose reference.
Okay, well that's all I got for you.
So that just ends our newest segment called "What Top 10 List Not to Use."
Right.
But now let's, as DJs, where if and of course we with the Disc Jockey News we put up the top 10, well actually the top 50 each week. But as a mobile DJ who's doing a wedding, where would you a good resource, a good list that would give you some of these songs that would go over on your dance floor? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you're just starting out, and you don't have a lot of experience on of doing it, and just learning by doing. Mobile Beat every year has a really good list. Their top 200 list on Mobile Beat magazine always is always a positive list. I've never really seen too many things on that list that won't do really well. So that's probably the first place I'd go.
Well, and two, like a really good way to kind of triangulate, because downloads are really big now, and even sometimes better indicators than radio airplay, just because people are listening to music on Pandora, and they're listening to music in so many other places now than just traditional radio. So kind of starting with like your top 10 lists from radio airplay, and then cross-referencing and seeing what the most downloaded songs are right now, how danceable they are, just in terms of then kind of taking popularity with how danceable the songs would be, as far as whether you think they're going to hook, or if they're in that weird medium tempo that it's like a really popular song but it won't really go, or if it's a song that's like for instance, like Roar by Katy Perry, crazy popular, girls love to go out and dance to it, but it's not necessarily, it's in that kind of medium tempo area. But it doesn't matter, because they love it and they'll go out and jump around to it just because they love it. So that trumps it having to be kind of fast enough or slow enough to fit into one of those two categories.
Well, and can you be sure that before we're done with our show that you actually put up the triangulation chart so we
the
can
formula
look that over? Yeah.
With the all-seeing DJI.
Goodness gracious!
See, he's a mason.
Secret.
I told you, man.
It's a very
he's got his handshake and everything.
Oh, the puppet's evil. The puppet's evil.
What?
Jason's going to be called a puppet from now on. Really?
Told me something, but I can't share it with you guys.
Can't share it. Not on the air. Yeah. So when I was looking through the charts, so the Disc Jockey News, we published the top 40. Well, actually the top 50, but the current hit, the CHR, but it's basically top 40 station, the pop stations, urban charts, country charts, and adult contemporary. When I'm looking at the four, the one that seems to be the most apropos to a, say, wedding DJ's dance floor, I would think it would actually be the adult contemporary charts.
Honestly, really? When you're dealing with weddings, you're absolutely right. I agree.
Now, adult contemporary, what would the demographic, when they're, programming towards, what kind of age group? Are you guys familiar with that demographic or that?
Well, that's a radio thing and a radio demographic. For those people that are sitting alone in their cars, they're not jumping up and dancing. We're dealing with one specific person. So age group is more important, because, you don't listen to the YMCA in your car and turn it up. Yep. That's something that happens at the right time, in the right place, in the right party.
Of course you don't.
Everybody will say, I don't want that even at my wedding, but you played at the right time at their wedding, and they're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever.
So fun, right?
Yeah.
So adult contemporary in the radio business is 35 and up, if I remember correctly, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah, it's primarily females. I think 26 to 54, I think, is the...
There you go. There's your wedding demographic right there.
Yeah, literally. So you can take that list and go through the ones that are actually danceable, which, looking at this week's, there's some good stuff there.
And those charts and the airplay have really changed. It used to be a lot more drippy, and now there's a lot more pop divas and pop songs that are showing up. Your Justin Timberlake and your Lady Gaga and your Katy Perry, which usually never would make airplay on the what would be adult top 40. Mm-hmm. That it is showing up now in those areas. So that's a good place to cross-reference too when looking to try different songs, add songs to a mix, and things like that.
That got really serious really quick.
Sorry.
Well, no, we want to talk about that, but I mean, you're looking at you brought up Katy Perry right now. This particular week, Katy Perry's "Roar" is number 3. Lord's "Royals" is number 4. Neither of which are really upbeat, fast songs.
No, but they'll go out and sing along to Royals. They'll stand on the dance floor and sing along to it.
Yeah, and that's just a And as I'm looking through the top 40 or the CHR charts, there's a lot of kind of a slow rap feel to a lot of the songs.
There's a difference too when we're talking about dance floors at a wedding, or dance floors at a nightclub, or dance floors at a kids show or a high school dance. I mean, it's a completely different chart, if you ask me. I mean, if you notice the two that you just brought up, Roar and the Lord's Royals, those are actually within the radio chart world recurrents. They're not even very current at all.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think I was talking about wedding.
No, I get that. But I mean, I think it's an interesting point to bring up that when we're programming for a wedding dance floor, you've got such a large demographic of ages that at that point you really are dealing with adult contemporary recurrence, and then anything that the most current thing you're having more than likely is something like Royals or Roar or something that just took the world by storm in a week.
right?
Like when Gangnam Style exactly came out, that took over in no time at all, and everybody, including grandmas and grandpas, went, "Oh, Gangnam Style," which was really kind of creepy. But it worked on the dance floor in that recurrent world of that large demographic of weddings. But within 2 weeks, you couldn't play Gangnam Style at a nightclub.
Yeah, very true.
Because they were like so over it already.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That was that fast, huh?
Well, you know how the nightclub world works. You know, it has to be very, very new. I mean, that's where they're playing the very newest stuff that is climbing the charts or might be climbing the charts. And DJs are getting away with newer things and trying new things in that environment because they're always excited about hearing the newest thing. Even though you want the recurrence, you still have to be feeding them something new all the time, or all of a sudden you're just the oldies DJ because you played songs from a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and nightclubs are really big on using all the remixes, which I'm not too fond of using at wedding dances.
At a wedding, they don't really care. They really want to see
because they want something familiar. Like, do I know this song? It's the familiarity that pulls them out there. The funny thing you say that, I wonder if like we're in Minneapolis here, and so like the downtown Minneapolis nightclubs, like the downtown warehouse scene, I wonder if they go more by like everything is bleeding edge new there. Whereas when I've gone out to some of because I don't get to those clubs virtually very often.
I do all the time.
And
I get invitations.
I gave up trolling a long time ago. But you go to the suburb nightclubs, and they're playing wedding dance sets.
Yeah.
They're doing all the recurrent stuff. They're doing
because the people in the suburbs that are going to the nightclubs are 30 and up because they don't hang out downtown anymore. But the downtown, the real heavy clubs. I mean, you can't go to First Avenue and hear anything that isn't right on the edge of everything all the time. That's their reputation. You want to go to the newest and hear the newest and the stuff that is just emerging into the market. That's where you go. Whereas Minneapolis as a market is really a medium. Things kind of show up here when they become mayonnaise anyway. There's not a whole lot of new coming out of Minneapolis like there is L.A., Chicago, or New York. There is in Minneapolis, but not as much. We're not trending the world from Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Mayonnaise music.
That's what it is.
There's an image for you.
Minneapolis for mayonnaise music, the home of mayonnaise music. Spread it all.
Add a little ketchup, and you can get the nightclub.
All right, one of the radio stations should have latched onto that. We're
mayonnaise music.
24 hours a day. Minneapolis mayonnaise.
About 2 weeks ago.
This might be a good place for us to end our show.
You got to go to Chicago for beer.
Man. About 2 weeks ago, I was interviewing DJ Jack Hill. I don't know if you guys got to see part of that, but that Jack is one of the youngest DJs who does clubs. He's like 13 years old. But I was asking him about his music set, and as Bill was pointing out, the difference in set between our wedding and that, he literally named off a handful of songs, none of which I knew. And not that I'm saying I'm cutting edge by any means.
No, well, you're like 50, 60.
Yeah, exactly. So, after the Beatles, there's no music beyond that. But what he's talking about and the things he's throwing around. And again, here's a 13-year-old, and he throws me a bone and says, my brother likes Elvis.
It's better than my granddad.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay.
Well, then this show should be called Three Old Guys Talking About Music.
So that takes us to the recurrent charts each and every time.
Right. So let's talk about Electric Light Orchestra.
Exactly. Did you catch that hot new song?
It's so raging, and it's still on the charts.
Exactly.
Man, we just lost all of our listeners. Maybe we should end at this point.
I think Bill wants to end.
I think Bill's getting tired. He's getting old, so
he needs to lie down.
We do need to lie down.
He does. So for those that are still with us, talking music is going to be a component of our Thursday night show. Tonight was kind of a loose time. The three of us got together and we wanted to just chat a little bit. But we're going to be talking more about music charts and specifically about the charts that are hitting the radio. Some of the recurrent charts, some of the current top 40 charts, spotlighting a couple of songs each and every week. Things that will work, and maybe, as Jason pointed out, some things that won't work on your dance floor. Good stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for having us be a part of it. Is this going to be us three every time, or are you going to bring in somebody who knows what they're talking about?
Well, it'll be us once in a while, and then when we need someone who knows what's going on, Jason will grab someone off the street who's smarter than
the puppet is what it'll do.
Oh, Lord.
If you don't get specific, the puppet will show up.
The puppet will do interviews of kids on the street lined up to get into the clubs downtown.
Oh, promise me that's what you're going to do.
That would be.
I will actually listen to our show.
That would be funny. That would be really funny. As long as you're not interviewing, and handing your kids a piece of candy and having a police officer behind you,
Oh, we're going to cut that part out?
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay. All right. I'm good with that.
Okay, cool, man. Well, I guess we'll see each other on Thursday.
Yeah, it'd be wonderful. So this is John Young and Bill Hermann and Jason Jones way over there with the Disc Jockey News TV. Good night.